Men, hey, hi. We gotta have a little chat, okay? Um, if you're at a bar, or anywhere for that matter, and chatting it up with a girl, you're vibing, vibes are high, you're feeling good, you feel like you could be a match, you're interested, whatever. Grow a pair and ask for her number, okay? Do not go on LinkedIn the next week and add her there of all platforms, let alone Instagram. Like, I'm so freaking tired of you guys. Like, be bold enough to ask a girl for her number in person. Oh my gosh.
No, until you learn to speak to a man with the same respect that you want him to speak to you with, no.
Wait, no, say that again. You said me just want to be a housewife.
In
Never gonna
today's
happen.
generation, you are not gonna just be a housewife. You gotta work. Go get you a white man if you want that.
Go get me a white man.
Yeah, go get you a white man. That's dumb enough to put up with that. Simp enough to put up with that.
You heard it here first. He says I'm never gonna do it. I can't wait.
There's content for you.
You're right. It is gonna be content for me. Cause you know what? I can't wait to pull up this video one day and be like, aha! Remember, you said I was never gonna be able to achieve that lifestyle, but look at me now. And it's not like I'm a bum. I'm not a bum. I'm a boss ass handle all my own shit. But I'm comfortable. I can take care of myself, but I also want to know that a man is gonna be able to take care of me. Don't have to fight for me, you bum ass, broke ass.
Yeah.
No, cause look how he just talked. Look how he just talked. Like.
The funny thing is, some white boy's gonna be dropping you off at the job site too.
We told men to step back, sit down, and be quiet. And now we wonder where all the good men went. Newsflash, they did exactly what a whole lot of women and angry feminists asked them to do. We confused toxic masculinity with masculinity itself. And now good men are standing down, afraid to lead, simply because they prefer to keep their peace. You think I'm exaggerating? Read the comments.
Do you want to be in a relationship with me? Are you a man that's trying to date this? Okay. Okay, I'm in. One thing, be funnier than me. It's not that hard. Or is it? Or is it?
So you want me to make you laugh? Like I'm a clown? Like I'm here to amuse you? I'm here to make you laugh?
I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to amuse you.
Y'all, why the fuck I get a hotel room for 2 days and this bitch ass did not come to the hotel? I'm like, wait. This bitch ass did not even come to the hotel room, y'all. I'm so tired of this. I swear to God, on my dead grandma. I'm done with this bitch. I'm done with this bitch. He weird as fuck. Do not come to the hotel room, G. He sent me off for 2 nights. The whole 2 nights I'm blowing them on down, G. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this bitch. I'm not even going.
Maybe he saw you were a red flag and decided to protect his peace.
Okay, genuine question. And this one is specifically for the men. But when you're looking for a relationship, is having a healthy relationship a priority for you? Or is it just, I want somebody who brings me peace, doesn't nag me, doesn't challenge me? Just curious. Have a good day.
Drake Duke said, I'm sorry, how is that not the definition of a healthy relationship? Bingo. Some women think, just because I have to be quiet, just because I can't just be out here talking trash and running my mouth and saying anything that I want, that's not healthy. Uh-oh.
Why is every man on Facebook dating 5'7"? Every single time, I'm like, oh, he's gonna give 5'7".
Gary Loves Life said, I'm not tall, but most of the women I dated were. I guess they weren't superficial about that stuff. That's pretty much.
Girls tell guys exactly what they want with subtle hints. Example, I have left these flowers here for 3 weeks dead. They've been here dead on the table for 3 weeks, and I've been thinking, my boyfriend passes this table 6 billion times a day. He sees this 6 billion times a day. One of these times, he's gonna pass by and think, the flowers are dead, they're crumbling all over the table. I think it's probably time to replace the flowers. I was sadly mistaken, as Justin Bieber said. I was sadly mistaken. And now I have to throw these flowers away and I'm gonna probably get new ones for myself. I just feel like that was the most subtle hint I could have possibly left. You think I wanted this? You think I wanted crumpled flowers all over the table for 3 weeks? No, of course I didn't.
Helen said, married 20 years. If you want him to do that, you need to ask him to do that. Or have a conversation about what he can do in the future. Stop leaving hints and start communicating. And to add to that, are y'all ever going to maintain anything around the house?
So I don't actually think we have a male loneliness epidemic. I think we have a male stupidity epidemic. Because what do you mean more than one guy has given me their social security number in response to one of my Hinge prompts? Like, they give it to me and then they're like, what are you going to do with it? I bet you won't do anything with it. Like, yeah, obviously not. Like, I'm not an idiot. What do you mean you're just handing out your social security number to some pretty girl on the internet? Like, what the hell?
Here we go again. 2 guys have done this to you. Let's say 10. 10 out of a billion. Let's say 10 out of the thousands of men on the app not doing that. But all men are stupid.
I'm positive that if I was a man, I would be famous. If I was a boy, I could be famous in a month. I would play guitar on live. I'd do fit checks. I'd make cringe, like, I'm in on the joke humor. And I would learn how to dance. I would dance on TikTok. And the hoes would love it. I wouldn't even be that cute. But I would be famous. Does anyone else understand what I'm saying? If I was a boy, I'd be famous so damn fast. Oh.
Some of these young ladies just have delusional thoughts. Just delusional.
No, but did it ever occur to you that maybe he's not speaking to you because you're so skinny and he literally can't see you? I don't know. Just a thought. Hear me out. I don't know.
So I know. I'm completely aware. He doesn't want me. But what if he does, though, right?
Okay, something I feel like that's not talked about enough on this app is being single and financially how hard it is. I literally work 2 jobs. I work in sales and I teach Pilates part-time. Both of the jobs pay pretty well, but still I feel like it's so hard to stay afloat. And like, don't get me wrong, I like to ski. I definitely don't live a frugal life. I have a nice apartment. Never say no to plans, but like, how are people doing it? How are you attending everyone's bachelorette parties, everyone's birthday dinner, going on all of these trips with your friend and having leftover money to spend on yourself? Completely stopped doing my hair, so that saves some money, but truly exhausting. I just don't understand it.
Men do not seek relationships. Men seek pleasure.
All troops will embark for a ground assault. Prepare to target the main generator. Target, maximum firepower.
I know I'm gonna get hate, but truthfully, a man don't care how cute you look. He will cut you off just to protect his peace.
I just love when I'm out and I look good and a man approaches me and I start entertaining it and he's thinking to himself, wow, I'm about to get lucky. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, my friend? You are about to get lucky because you are about to hear the good word of Jesus Christ. I mean, within 5 minutes of any man talking to me, I'm finding a way to talk about God. And I have found this to be multi-level genius because either A, I'm preaching the gospel to somebody that needs to hear it, or B, if you already know Jesus and have a relationship with him, now it's a husband interview, okay? Like, it has yet to fail me. Ladies, next time you're out, go ahead and give this tactic a little whirl and just watch the magic happen.
Honestly, I'm not mad at the strategy. At least you would have had talked to a man and had a productive conversation about something versus how much money are you going to give me?
If you're a woman on a dating app, do you prefer to message the guy first when you match, or do you prefer for the man to message you first? Maybe I'm old school, but maybe I'm being too traditional. On dating apps, I expect the man to message me first if we match. I even have it in my bio, message me first. And I cannot tell you how many matches I have that are just sitting there. And I refuse. I refuse to message the man first. I am on Bumble and Facebook dating and Tinder.
And don't tell me that on Bumble the girl has to message first, because that's not a thing anymore. The men can message first on all the apps, all the ones I'm on anyway. I don't care what the man looks like, how great his bio is. I refuse. Anyone else, or am I just petty? Maybe I'm just petty. I don't know.
Hear me out now. It's okay to say hello. How are you?
Marry the good guy. For all my girlies in their 20s, their 30s, marry the good guy. Don't marry the hot one. Don't marry the popular one. Marry the good guy. My now husband, when we were dating, he sat in the hospital waiting room with me, with my grandmother, for 6 hours. Waited on her hand and foot. Was not complaining. Nothing. Sat there with us, my grandmother, for 6 hours. Now, there's a language barrier because my grandmother only knew how to speak Vietnamese. Johnny only knows how to speak English. And he still sat there with her for 6 hours. Marry the good guy.
Funny thing is, there is a plethora of men that are willing to do this. But you get mad at the man because he doesn't know when to change the flowers.
I concur with this message right here. A lot of women take advice from single women. In fact, I was one of the women who was taking advice from women who didn't have nobody. And I almost missed out on my husband, taking advice from women who didn't know what the hell they was talking about. I knew I loved my husband. I knew I wanted to be with him, but my friends did not like him. And I was like, you know what? My friends must see something I don't. And then fast forward, 7 years later, babe? Yeah. We linked back up and we're engaged in 5 months. So what's meant for you is meant for you. And another piece of advice that I would give is, if women, you have your father in your life, take your daddy's advice. Because the moment my father met Daniel and he loved Daniel, we got married. And our marriage has been great. You know, we have disagreements like every other couple. It ain't perfect. I don't want perfect. But yes, he's my person. So listen to the men. That's where I thought I could listen to the women and them tell me about manhood. They're not men. Listen to the men in those comments. Click on this and read the comments.
If you have your father in your life, take your daddy's advice. Well, I don't have a daddy. My daddy wasn't there for me. My daddy was a bum. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Do you have a grandfather? Do you have a pastor? Do you have even your son at this point? If your son is old enough, he's going to know about dudes. Listen to something that he got to say. Take his advice on it. I mean, God dog, there's some man in your life that helps you and that means well for you somewhere. The majority of times, listen to what he got to say.
Unpopular opinion, you guys might hate me for this, but city girl culture has literally ruined a generation of girls and women.
I see who the real narcissists are. It's us women! I made a video saying I don't never believe the women first until I hear both sides. Everybody in the comments was like, oh yeah, it's giving pick me, it's giving men pick me. And then this lady, she posted a video because she was in the gym and the guy was like, I just commend you for wearing a full skirt, you know, like I don't see it a lot lately. And somebody else was like, it's giving male validation. You women are the wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh my God, it's so clear. Women try to portray this image that men are just horrible people when in reality, it's us.
That's all men have been saying. I can take accountability for my part, but when are you going to do the same?
Oh, the right man comes along when you're not looking. Don't look, the right man will be there. It'll be where you're least expecting. Don't look, the right man will come. Don't go searching. Okay, well, I haven't been looking for 5 years. 5 years. So if at any point in time a man wants to look for me, I'm here. But I'll keep my eyes closed until that happens.
All right, men. This is for all the men. So lock in, okay? Put in the comments, what are your biggest green and red flags for women?
This is an easy one for the fellas. Dishonesty and no loyalty, that's a red flag. Honesty and loyalty, green flag. Green flag. Not a feminist, values family over career. Red, a feminist values career over family. Another one, green flag. Kindness, empathy, and classic femininity. Red flag, boss babe, masculine attitude. Somebody else said green flag, French tips, small earrings, plaid shirt. Oh, here's a more serious one. JFL said green, able to pay your own bills, job, intelligence, feminine, honest, loyal, etc. Red, no job, stay at home, whatever, only in for paycheck, and basically the complete opposite of the green ones. And red is more common these days, unfortunately for some of these young ladies.
They say in marriage comes with 3 rings. First ring, engagement ring. Second, wedding ring. Third ring, suffering.
So ever since I lost weight, I feel like it's just like way too big for my frame. So I've been trying to dress like a little bit more conservative, or like that doesn't show too much. But like, what do girls with BBLs wear that's not BBL fashion? You get me? Like, I just don't know what kind of style or like what to put on. So I just be like throwing together, and it just like still looks weird because like I have big, and then over here, and literally everything I wear just looks provocative.
Well, it's gonna kind of be hard to dress for that because that's what you did it for. That was the goal in mind, for that stuff to stick out so you can be noticed. So you're gonna have to, I mean, at this point in time, probably wear a sheet.
I'm going to make a lot of females mad, but I think it's time that we stop congratulating women that leave men in relationships. Like, good job, girl. He was a piece of shit anyway. I knew that you could leave him. Meanwhile, old Sally hasn't given her man Pound Town in over a year, and her man's mentally drained, going insane, finally steps out, and Sally notices that Tom's cheating, and now he's the problem. I think we really need to start normalizing that most of the problem in good marriages that were good in the beginning, and because the woman wasn't holding up her end of the relationship anymore. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I have a headache. I don't want to right now. Like, I think that happens more often than not. And then when the man does step out, all the other women are like, girl, he was a piece of shit anyway. Girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
And once again, just so we can clear the air, if you leave a man because he's doing you wrong or putting his hands on you, men get it. But y'all be leaving men high and dry, talking about he deserved it, and the man was doing everything that he was supposed to do.
Black men, start recording her. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if they call you sassy. I don't care if they call you big. I don't care if they say you acting like a woman. When that start acting out, start recording her. When she starts turning up, the moment she raised her voice, secretly put your phone on record, okay? Because there is a lot of women, all right? And they don't want to talk about it, but I'll say it because I know I ain't scared. There's a lot of women who will use your background against you. There's a lot of women who will cry victim. There's a lot of women who will pretend to be a victim and will call the police on you and set you up and have you arrested. And y'all already know this. And we already know this. We know what's going on. Stop setting yourself up because you want to be so masculine and manly and you just over here getting beat up by it. Stop. Get these girls arrested. Start having them arrested. Have them locked up. The same exact way they're trying to have you locked up. Have them locked up. Because there's a special place in hell for females who call the police on men and lie because they're not getting their way. And what we're not going to do is sit here and pretend like it's not happening a lot. You literally got grown women who will cut the fool and create scenarios in their head and call the police and play victim, especially if you have a criminal record. You have women who will literally seek out men with criminal records because they know they can use it against him if he goes against whatever it is that she wants him to do for her. Start recording these women when they doing stuff like this. Start recording them. Stop setting yourself up. Stop. Just stop. Because a lot of these women are abusers as well. A lot of these women on here talking about get black men arrested for get black women arrested for domestic violence as well. Have these hoes locked up.
Yes, ma'am. And somebody in the comments said, you just have to stop messing with these types of women. Absolutely agree to that too.
I just read a post in a confession group on Facebook
A guy who's complaining that if he shows his height on a dating app, he doesn't get any matches. He's like 5'7", so not super short or anything, just under the average, I guess. And when he used to hide that detail on the dating apps, he would get much more matches. So everyone is responding by just tell them that you're rich, tell them that you work in a tech company. Someone even said that every $10,000 you earn more, you gain like 2 inches in height equivalent. And one person said that he can buy shoes with platforms and fool them with his height. Most of the comments are from other men, obviously, but women who are commenting the post, some of them are saying, you know, it's not that short. I would date someone that short. And the other half says that they're not gonna date someone short, but it's gonna come out anyway, so why waste both of our times? But I love one of the comments there. She says, "You're funny, it's not your height, it's that you're an incel." And I think this really isolates the issue. We don't care about your height. You don't have matches because it's not visible that you are considering women as human beings. And this shows, though, it shows on the profile without even looking at the height. It's funny, if you look at men's profile sometimes, it does look like they're looking for a guy.
So he says, if I put my height out there, I get fewer matches. But if I hide it, then I get more matches. And you're saying to him that it's probably because he's an incel? How does that come up? Like, what is that? What does that happen? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that.
Listen, I'm probably going to say something that's hella controversial, but do I care? Absolutely. For all the black women that want to come in my comment section when it comes to a video and I'm speaking to y'all about accountability and how y'all act and move and think and this, that, and the third, and you want to call me a pick-me or call me an anti-feminist, or you want to call me, hate black women or whatever the case may be, you're exactly who I'm talking about. There is absolutely nothing any of y'all can say to have me change my mind on the fact that if I am one black woman who does not agree with every single thing that another black woman on this app says when it comes to black men, when it comes to other social issues or whatever the case may be, I'm a pick-me, right? I'm the problem, right? Oh, I hate black women. I'm anti-feminist. I'm not a girl's girl, right? I'm not a girl's girl to you because I don't condone the behavior that a lot of y'all be doing. I don't condone the way I talk to people. I have no problem having a discussion with anybody. We can have this discussion. My platform is an open space for everybody to be seen and to be heard. But what you're not going to do on my platform is shift the blame when I'm talking to a specific group. And half the time when I am talking to specifically black women, y'all get so bent out of shape. Y'all play the victim. And y'all just want to sit here and call me all different types of names because of the fact that you don't want to admit the truth. It's the truth. A lot of y'all have a problem with taking accountability. Like, it's the truth. Y'all could be on a sidewalk with a man and go right past the man and trip and fall and blame the man because you fell because he didn't give you enough space. Like, come on now. Y'all blame a man for getting you pregnant. Like, that don't even make no sense. And a lot of y'all continue to say that black women have always, the ones that are being blamed or this, that, and the third for, decades and whatever the case may be. And it's like, it's not that y'all are being blamed. It's the fact that y'all don't want to acknowledge your part that you play in a lot of the situations that you're in. That's literally what it is. Hold yourself accountable for the part that you play. I worked very hard on myself in the last 5 years, especially after a divorce. And I'll be the first to admit that I had to really, really, take a lot of accountability on why I'm even divorced in the first place. Why I even got married in the first place, right? And a lot of it had to do with me being unhealed. A lot of it had to do with me just wanting to be chosen, and I was being chosen by somebody that was not right for me. And I was a very unhealed person, and I take accountability for that. It's not that I'm not saying that he didn't play his part as well, but I have to understand that I played a part on why my marriage failed. I have to understand that. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. We're not asking y'all to be perfect. We know that, black women have had issues for decades. We understand that. But right now, what is happening is a lot of y'all don't want to take accountability. Y'all don't want to understand the part that you play in a lot of the experiences that you have. Period. That's literally it. Nobody on this app tell me that I have not done growth on myself. I know myself. Best believe. On top of that, I'm not having these negative experiences with men the way y'all are continuously coming on this app complaining about the negative experiences that you're having with men. I literally just met a man last night and we literally talked on the phone for 9 hours straight. 9 hours straight. Just met him yesterday. 9 hours straight. Now, how many of y'all can say y'all do that with a man? And he wasn't asking me for he wasn't doing, we literally were having just genuine, good conversation. Deep conversations about life, everything. 9 hours straight. I ain't done that with a man since I was probably like 14. And y'all sit here and talking about y'all can't find good man. I just found a fourth good man. Like, come on, y'all. Like, it's like nobody's trying to make y'all seem like y'all just terrible. But y'all just don't want to take accountability for the part that you play. I'm tired of saying it. I really am. Like, damn.
Badman456 said, save your mental strength and emotional energy, sis. You are fighting an unwinnable battle. They will destroy you for telling the truth. They don't want healing, truth, or progress, or understanding. They want their BS to be justified and validated. That's all. They know they are wrong. They just don't care. And that's the unfortunate truth for a lot of these young ladies out here.
Inherent fact that men are evil. That is true. Like man as a whole is evil. It's okay if we say that men are inherently evil. I don't hate my man. I hate most men.
You can say whatever you want because the country that you hate so bad, that country protects your freedom of speech. So you can say whatever you want. Doesn't mean it's not disingenuous to spread a message that you yourself don't even believe. Either you don't believe the message that you're spreading or you don't understand what you're saying. It inherently means that is how men come. It is inevitable. Men are inherently evil. You can't say men are inherently evil and then on the other hand say, well, my man doesn't count and I love my man. I don't hate him. He's not evil, but just everyone else is because men are inherently evil. Either you don't understand what you're saying or you don't actually have a man. Either of which would surprise me. Also, Drew, isn't this you?
I'm protecting women. By excluding women? You don't support trans people, correct? Right. That's called a transphobe. Okay. Is the problem trans women or is it men?
Do you know a trans woman is a man, right? Which by your logic would mean that they are all inherently evil.
If it looks like a duck and it acts like a duck, I'm not supposed to call it a duck.
If it thinks like a dumbass and acts like a dumbass and talks like a dumbass, I'm not supposed to call it a dumbass.
It's settled. We don't need men anymore and they're free, as they should be. Eat it for real. But when it comes to settling, I want to read y'all something in my book that I wrote. First off, I have a chapter called I'd Rather Die Alone. Period. Obviously, I have my man now, but I found him, I truly believe, because I made peace with dying alone.
What's crazy about her situation is she literally states, well, obviously I have my man. She has a man. She's married. But she gets on the internet and sells you women male bashing, male hating content. She feeds into the psyche and y'all's insecurities and y'all's anger and insecurities when it comes to men. But she got her man. She got her man. Hey, but buy that book though. Buy that merch. Sign up for them. It's just crazy to me that she has built and it's not just her. She took a page out of all the female rap artists that are married and to get on here and tell you, fuck my baby daddy and you know, I don't cook, I don't clean, They all, Beyonce, single ladies, all the single ladies got a whole husband. It is the infinite money glitch. Appeal to the women's inability to get a man. Appeal to women's disgust and distaste for the men that they can't get to act right. Very interesting. There's the type of content and rhetoric she puts out there for women. Meanwhile, she got to be happily married. Ladies, y'all ain't caught on to the game yet. Y'all ain't caught on to the game yet. See, because keeping y'all mad and angry at men focusing on the wrong, on the type of rhetoric she puts out there. That stops y'all from getting what she got. Meanwhile, she goes home every day and snuggles up with a man that don't make nowhere close to what she makes.
Call me motherfucking Nostradamus. Call me motherfucking Nostradamus. You know, but one thing I do notice, Drew, is you're in her comments, but it's nowhere near what you did to me. You ain't even responding to the shawty, and she called you a dumbass. I never called you out your name, but you called me out of mine. Made a post on Instagram. I was all type of B words.
About this later today, but this type of ass video from that obsessed with me, who
That's
allegedly
me.
is married, by the way. And if you are, does your wife know you spend so much time looking at me? Or other women for that matter? Because all you ever do is stitch women. And I know for a fact this isn't your full-time job, so like this is just a hobby? Uh-oh. That's concerning. Anyways, moving on. That guy right there, first of all, is obsessed with me, but past that, he's a perfect example. A perfect example of how being nice to them and trying to educate them doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter. You could be as nice as pie and they're still going to make up fan fiction about you. Them.
I just want to know, where's that energy for that young lady? That's what I want to know. Why don't you have that energy for her? And she called you a dumbass. Why you not sending your minions to her page to you know, put microaggressions and be racist to her? Oh, so maybe, just maybe, my theory about that, when she came into my comments and attacked me and sent her little racist non-black minions over to be microaggressive and racist towards me, and she never ever denounced it. Mind you, the videos are still up. If you don't believe me, the comments are still there. You can go see it for yourself. So maybe, just maybe, and all of this ties in to what the f is going on right now. Crazy. Call me Nostradamus. Because when y'all push and believe in this rhetoric, black women, we all know black men are going to catch the brunt and the worst of this all men are dangerous, all men are a threat, blah, blah. And it opens the door for... Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Listen, man, I understand there are situations where you run into somebody and it freaks you out. And you don't ever want to run into that person or into that situation again. One time is too many. I'm right there with you. I got it. I got it. But guess what men have to do in that situation? They have to adapt, or else they can't continue making the same mistakes and getting on TikTok and social media and saying, well, the world needs to be better. The world needs to change. Men understand that, and we're going to work to fix that. But for right now, let me get myself some protection. Let me do what I need to do in order to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Some of these ladies out here just yapping, talking about what they do and don't want to happen. This is what it is. Protect yourself from this type of person. Boxing matches, what does the referee say? Protect yourself at all. Well, that shouldn't have happened. I didn't think that. Protect yourself at all times. He did this, you step back and adapt. She did that, you step back and adapt. Y'all just want to complain about what a man did to you, or maybe a handful of men, or maybe 10 or 20 or however many men. You run back and forth past more than that every single day, assuming you be outside, and none of them ever put a hand on you. But then the men got to take all of it, and they got to get blamed for what everybody else is doing. And all they did, they actually might have even held the door open for you, bought your coffee for you, and you still running around talking reckless about them. Get it together.
If a woman walks into a room and a man throws a pie in her face, and she's like, damn, that man just threw a pie in my face. And then she walks into another room and another man throws a pie in her face. She's like, damn, that man just threw a pie in my face. And then she walks into another room and another man throws a pie in her face. She's like, God damn, these men keep throwing pies in my face. She walks into a fourth room. There's a man standing there and she's bracing herself
because she knows this man is getting ready to throw a pie in her face. And that man looks at her and says, don't be blaming me for what these other men are doing. I ain't do it. Don't be blaming me. That's how y'all sound. How is she supposed to know that you're not about to throw a pie in her? What Dante is saying is that if there were other men in those first 3 rooms that watched these men throw a pie in her face, they should have stopped them. They should have said, hey, brother, wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't throw a pie in that lady's face. He is also saying that because you know that that lady had 3 pies thrown in her face before she even reached you, you need to understand where her fear of a pie being thrown in her face is coming from. That's all.
Made You Look said, holding a man accountable is different from being held accountable for other men's actions. 2 different concepts. Just Cuz says, notice she keeps going into doors instead of leaving the building. BD Howard 55 said, stop walking into rooms. That's it. Biz the Kid, bracing for a 4th pie, guard up, and literally blaming the 4th man for the first 3 pies, taking trauma out on him are 2 different things. He wasn't in those rooms. To punish one guy that did right by you is wild. That's what they're saying. Okay, if you want to protect yourself, if you want to have your guard up, if you want to brace, fine. But you're throwing accusations at a man that didn't have anything to do with that. He wasn't even in the room for that.
Quick question for us women. Why do we lie to each other? Why do we spread delusion amongst each other? I just want to know that. Like, I see sometimes in certain friend groups, or I see things like podcasts or just certain women talking to each other in different places, even in person. It'll be a girl going through something, and you'll really hear like one of the friends just feed into the delusion and not tell her the truth about what she's going through with the man, or not keep it real about like just the circumstances that she's in. I need y'all to know that we be doing each other a disservice when we lie like that. When we tell these lies to each other and we don't keep it real with each other about certain things, and we try to make it seem like it's always on the man, or it's the man's fault that certain things are playing out the way they're playing out, we're doing each other a disservice. We have to help each other out and hold each other accountable. This is why, like, me personally, I don't have as many friends as I used to, because I was the one that would tell the truth. And people don't want to hear it. So I'm drawing it back. I'm now that friend that doesn't offer any type of advice or information unless it's asked for, because sometimes my delivery could be off. However, the truth needs to be said, and we need to stop lying to each other. That's my 2 cents on that. Yeah, that's it.
A lot of women, I don't want to say they enjoy being lied to, but their feelings are truth to them in a lot of situations. If you're not disciplined, if you don't choose to say, I know what I'm saying, I know what's going on, I know how I feel, but this is actually what the truth is. This is what reality is. A lot of these ladies out here refuse to be disciplined and live in reality. For a man, if you tell him something, that's got to be what it is. Even if he doesn't like it, that's final. For a woman, she don't like it, it's not final. There must be another way. That's why you have a man walk in 6 foot, 6-pack, 6 figures. Oh, there's got to be something wrong with him. God, send me another one because this can't be it. And then they go down the street and get duped by another man, 6'2", 8-pack, 8 figures. When you had perfectly good, well enough. Oh, I just went with my gut. Your gut led you wrong. So their emotions are all out of whack. This is not all women, but some women. Your emotions are out of whack. And you believe anything. You believe anything that's said to you, that you hear. And then you blame other people for your gut reaction being out of whack. That had nothing to do with other people. So in order to get around this icky feeling of I made the wrong decision, or this icky feeling of I don't know what's going to happen, uncertainty, have one of my friends lie to me. And even in relationships with men, tell me everything's going to be okay. Kiss me on my forehead. I get it. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying for a lot of ladies, they have to be soothed. Their emotions, their feelings have to be soothed. The problem is you never come back and correct it. A lot of these ladies never come back and correct it. At some point in time, a man is going to come back and say, okay, are you done? Are you done, but is everything okay? Let's go get something to eat. Let's go get some ice cream. I'm going to send you off to have a spa day or something. Now we got to get back to work. We got to do it. But for some of these women out here, they'll let you sit in the feelings and say, yeah, you're totally valid. And they'll never come back and correct it. They'll never come back and say, you know what, baby, that man, he did X, Y, and Z to you and he was wrong. But you, this is the part that you played in it. So before you go into another relationship, well, I'm going to therapy. Girl, I get it. But you have to understand, I'm telling you right now as your friend, I've known you for 15 years. This is your problem. This is why I saw in the relationship. And I waited until all these months, and I'm not speaking out of turn. You gave me permission to speak into your life. I'm speaking into your life right now. You were wrong about that. You did that man wrong. You disrespected that man's family. You need to correct that. They leave that part out. Not because they want to, because there's never a safe time. There's never a safe space sometimes to come in and say, let me speak into your life. Let me get you correct. You can go to therapy, have all this other stuff, but I'm your friend and I know you. I know you better than that therapist does. I'm going to tell you what's right and what's wrong so you can get back on track and find you a man that you deem worthy to marry you.